Hey guys, I'm Matt. Welcome to Cobb Hill Farms, Friday evening edition. I got a question for you. What makes someone a farmer? Does having 500 head of cattle make you a farmer? Or how about growing 3,000 plus acres of corn, soybeans, or even wheat? The way I see it, the things I just described, that's not necessarily what makes you a farmer. Back before we established our farm in 2019, we were into this, the antique tractor hobby. We had 3 or 4 tractors. We were traveling around to various different tractor shows and different tractor pulls, enjoying the camaraderie of that and competing in the pulls. But it's like anything else. Over time, it got old, got monotonous, and the tractors spent all but about 3 weeks of their life inside the barn. In 2017, I acquired a 10-acre lot that wasn't being used for anything, that would eventually turn into the first of a few different hay fields that we have utilized on the farm. In the spring of that year, I went through, I mowed the field, I tilled it, I fitted the ground, and I seeded it to a nice pasture grass. While I waited for the pasture grass to grow, I went through and I bought a whole line of hay equipment. By 2018, we were off and running, making our first small square bales here on the farm. So what does that little story have anything to do with, are you a farmer or not? Well, it has everything to do with it. Because the way I looked at it, when I was talking with people in that time frame, what I was up to, they would tell me, oh, so you're a farmer. And I was quick to say, no, I'm not a farmer. I'm just a hobbyist that likes to exercise my antique tractors, make a little bit of hay, sell it, and put a little bit of cash in my pocket. Why was I that way? Had nothing to do with the fact that I was ashamed to call myself a farmer. But in reality, it was my way of paying respect. Respect to the people that have created legacies and family generations of family farms, and people that make a living off of their farm. For me, as a hobby hay farmer, I didn't want to put myself in the same category as somebody who was trying to make a living and their life depended on that farm. It just wouldn't have been fair. Fast forward a bunch of years to the point where we have cattle and pigs and all the chickens here on the farm. I didn't really start feeling comfortable calling myself a farmer until we started going to farmers market and selling our products that we were raising directly face to face to the person that's consuming it and having positive interactions with those people. In this day and age, everything has to be larger than life. Mainstream media, social media, that's the way everything is put out there. If you don't fit under that mold, then you're nobody. You're just pretending. You're playing a part. And I don't feel that way. Sure, we might not be contributing to a global economic system that's putting food and products in national chain stores that you can go just about all over the world and find. But what we are doing is we're supplying our local community with probably a better and healthier product than what you would find at those global chain stores. And the reason being is our farming practices are different than what you'll find over here under these large farming operations. Why are our farming practices so different? It's plain and simple. We've chosen to be that way. We haven't decided to go down the route of borrowing all kinds of money from lenders that we'd have to pay back over time, and we'd be in the red for years and years and years, and you may never get out of the red. Instead, we keep the cash in our pocket. We slowly invest it in our farm. We utilize old equipment that we can maintain. We don't have loan payments on equipment and maintenance that we have to have a dealer come out. We take care of that ourselves. We manage our herd sizes based on the infrastructure we have. If we want to add herd size, then we add the infrastructure as needed. We do it ourselves to save costs. We're sort of a jack of all trades. When you get into the larger scale operations, there tends to be more of a niche person for each area. And that's good, but again, that's more hands in the operation. There is a place for small farms. There is a place for people like me that can make a living off of what we're doing. Yeah, it's not going to be a grand scale. Doesn't have to be. Or how about the ones that aren't watching the numbers? They're not looking to turn a profit off of what they're doing. They're simply trying to grow a product to put in their own freezer or refrigerator to feed their family and not have to rely on the commercial commodity market. Are they farmers? So now, with all that being said, the question you can ask yourself, In your mind, what makes somebody a farmer? Is it this one lone individual over here that's raising products off just a couple acres of land to better themselves and their family? Or is it over here, this large, over-the-top, over-fantasized operation that's sending their products out into the commercial market for the whole world to enjoy? Or is it somewhere in between? Is it everybody? I know what my thoughts are. What are your thoughts? Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time.